what led you to Daniel Blake and to his struggle for a job, but also for keep his dignity?
Well, Paul Laverty, the writer, and I, we started hearing stories similar to Daniel Blake's. And so we went to about 5 or 6 different cities and towns and just met people in that situation. And the stories are just incredible. Incredible. I mean, so many. We could spend all afternoon telling you stories of like we had, like a man who was who needed help. He was on benefits. His wife was pregnant. She went into premature labour. Before the time was due, she started to have the baby. He drove her to hospital. Because he drove her to hospital, he missed his appointment at the job centre. They cut his benefits, so he had no money. So he had children at home. He had a wife in hospital, had a new baby, no money. I mean, this is what they do. And we had so many stories like this. We thought in the end, well, we should make a film about this.
Do you think is there like a conscious cruelty in the way society is organized, and how has poverty be renewed in a certain way?
Yeah, I think governments know what they're doing. When they operate a system which makes people's health worse, and they know it makes people's health worse. Yes, they know it's cruel. They're aware of it, but they still pursue it. And I think the reason they do it is because of it's ideological, because they are committed to making people believe that their poverty is their own fault. You know, if you haven't got a job, it's because you haven't written your CV properly. Maybe you haven't applied for 35 jobs a week, you've only applied for 34, or you were 2 minutes late for an appointment, or something like that, and it's your fault. Because if it isn't your fault, then it's the fault of the system. And they have to preserve belief in the system, because that's what makes them rich.
How much do you believe in mankind?
Do I believe it? What do you mean?
Is there hope?
Well, absolutely, there's hope. I mean, it's politics, isn't it? And politics is dynamic. I mean, we all felt for decades that Stalinist Russia was impregnable. It would carry on and carry on and carry on. We didn't realize it was rotting behind the facade, and it collapsed. And now we can see, well, it was inevitable it collapsed. And I think the same is true of our system. It is rotting. It will collapse one day, we just don't know when. And it's up to us to organize and to prepare and make it change, make the changes. We can do it. It's a political process. It's down to organization.
Can you tell me something about the tone of the film? Because the story is sad, but we laugh in certain moments. And also about the style, because it's very simple. I mean, sophisticated, but simple.
Well, yes. I mean, I'm glad you said that, because that's what we aimed for. You know, to pare everything away, just to keep it as simple and as clear and as direct as possible. On the one hand, we work with absolute economy, but on the other hand, respect the complexity of the relationship between the people and the complexity of the characters. For example, the relationship between Daniel, who's this 59-year-old carpenter who's had a heart attack, no family, his wife has died, with this young woman moved out of London because that was too expensive, with her kids, knows no one, and the friendship is, I hope, is very touching, because for Dan, she has a family he never had. And when she has a very hard choice to make to survive, that he finds very distressing, it's like he's lost his family. And you can't say that. I mean, it's never expressed directly, but you hope the audience can connect to that, so that they're as characters, they're very rounded, you know, very, very real. They should be. But to do it in such a way that is absolutely simple and economical.